Our species, Homo sapiens, have been trying to answer a singular question since the moment we first walked the earth nearly 200,000 years ago. One question, 200,000 years, no definitive answer. That's some pretty terrible work ethic. That doesn't mean we haven't tried, of course. Some offer up religion and say we should devote our lives to serving God or gods. Others propose we should pursue pleasure while reducing pain. The concept called hedonism, invented by the ancient Greeks. And for them, pleasure, to the surprise of absolutely no one with even surface level knowledge of ancient Greek culture, meant, well, getting super drunk and having lots of bisexual sex. Now, to be fair to our ancestors, it's a tough question to tackle. For 200,000 years, we've struggled to answer this question, this singular question. What is the meaning of life? Problem is, that question has no answer. Humans are stuck in an absurd contradiction because we desperately seek out a well-defined and definitive meaning in life, yet the universe refuses to provide any such meaning. This concept is called absurdism and was theorized by Albert Camus, and he compared human life to the myth of Sisyphus, who was cursed by Zeus to push up a boulder up the same mountain for eternity, only to have it roll back down when he reached the top. Camus saw human life as a similarly pointless struggle. We toil in life only to die, and our names and achievements, no matter how great they may be eventually lost to time. He thought the optimal solution to escape the dread of this absurd realization was to embrace our absurd fate and push our boulders with a smile and pretend it wasn't pointless. Today, I offer a different solution, a more uplifting one. Instead of embracing our absurd fate, we ought to rebel against it. The universe gave us no wings, telling us we couldn't soar in the sky. We built planes. The universe told us we couldn't breathe in space, telling us we couldn't walk among the stars. We built spaceships. So if the universe is to tell us there is no meaning in life, we ought to rebel, as we so often do, and create meaning for ourselves. We are not Sisyphus. We are not cursed to push a boulder up a mountain we have no interest in climbing. Yet life still drops a boulder at our feet. The difference is, it's up to us to decide where we push it. Our task is harder than Sisyphus's because we must put in the destination and the labor to get there. Yet, precisely because we set our own goals and seek our own meanings is what makes those goals worth achieving and those meanings worth seeking. This freedom is both a burden and a blessing. Jean Paul Sartre, the philosopher who coined the term existentialism, claims we are condemned to be free. We are condemned because we have the burden of deciding how to live our lives, yet we are free for that very same reason. The burden of deciding where to push our boulder and pushing is the price we pay so that when we reach the top of whatever mountains we choose to scale, we can take pride in the fact that our boulder rests where it does because we pushed it up there. Lest we fall into the trap of thinking that our experiences are universal, and that those who have not achieved as much simply aren't working as hard or aren't as motivated as us, we must acknowledge that each of our boulders, our burdens, weigh a different amount. And that amount is constantly changing, and often we don't get a say in what our boulder weighs. All of us chose to climb the mountain of college today and throughout our lives, but none of us pushed the same boulder to get here. If you work for your college, work to pay for your college, as I do, your boulder is a little bit heavier. If you live at home with your parents and don't have to pay rent, as I do, your boulder is a little bit lighter. The journey of life is a series of endless mountains, many of which we climb simultaneously. And as soon as you reach the summit of one mountain, you get to plant your flag at the top and take pride in your achievements, and then find a new mountain to conquer. So, what is the answer to that 200,000-year-old question? What is the answer to the meaning of life? Well, the meaning of life is whatever you want it to be. If you find meaning in serving a chosen God or gods and being faithful in your religion, then congratulations, you have found the meaning of life. If you find meaning in becoming the best soccer player you can be, then congratulations, you have found the meaning of life. If you find meaning in giving a speech that likely caused an existential crisis in at least one of your students, then congratulations, you have found the meaning of life. Sorry about that, by the way. You can come beat me up after class if you wish. Whatever you find meaning in is the meaning of life. And I only ask two things of you. First, don't deceive yourself into thinking you don't have a say in your own fate. Sartre calls this deception, living in bad faith. Second, make sure your meaning is exactly that, your meaning. Don't conform to the expectations of other people or society. It's your life, not theirs. And unlike Sisyphus, we don't have eternity to climb.